How do welcome to back to my channel. It is currently Monday, April 14th, 10:18 p.m. This is going to be week 3 of our personal novel writing month vlog series that we've got. So yeah, the reason why I'm starting it so late is because I have been literally wasting time all day. I just got back from class like an hour ago, 30 minutes to an hour ago, and I'm finally ready to lock in and do my writing for the day. I have calculated that I obviously am running out of time and am not even almost close to finishing my story. But something else that I discovered while in the last whatchamacallit, which will be a trash video because I didn't update very well, is that I can in fact write up to like 4 scenes a day if I actually sit down and do it. So and in most of my chapters I don't have more than like 2 to 3-ish scenes. And also apologies if I keep switching back and forth between a random English accent and my normal American accent. I've been watching a lot of Pink Court and Nella in India and my girls. I love them. Anyways, so yeah, most of my chapters don't have more than, currently, like, most of them don't have more than 2. Some of them only have 1 right now, but I've learned that 99% of the time, those the ones that have 1 scene are actually, they should be at least 2. But anyway, so yeah, so new update is I need to be writing at least 2 chapters a day approximately. Like I'm giving, like, I'll, like, if I do that, if I calculated over there on my calendar, if I do 2 chapters a day every day going forward, I'll finish like halfway through the month, like finish writing everything like about halfway through the month. And then if I do that, I want to be able, like, I want to use the rest of the month to go back and be a little bit more intentional with it and like kind of take my time a little bit more with like the different chapters and what's going on and stuff like that. Because the fact that we are 14 days, 2 whole weeks into this challenge for myself, and I've only written Act 1, which is 4 chapters. Please keep in mind, 4 chapters. No, actually, I made it 5. It's 5 chapters. I split chapter 4 into 2 chapters. Is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. There's 24 chapters now in this story, and God forbid I add more again. I'm starting to like find, like, for some reason my mind's reverting me back to my high school days when I either only wanted to be writing during like class when I was supposed to be doing other work, unless I was procrastinating by writing, or writing at night, which is dumb and annoying because I like to sleep. Like, it's one of my favorite parts of the day is sleeping. But my brain is like, actually, this is going to be the only time that you're kind of motivated to write, but you also want to go to sleep. So now you must choose your poison. And it's so annoying. It's so dumb. It's fine because I have caffeination. And by Friday, I will have my G-Subs. And so I'll have even more caffeination. So yeah. So right now, we're going to sit here. We're going to lock the F in. I've got the last little tiny swig of my freaking coconut flavored, like, something blast G-Subs. We're gonna sit here, we're gonna watch Pezzy play this gambling game called Clover Pit, and we're going to lock in and write chapter 6. What bothers me is that I know that there's another scene and there's another chapter or whatever that I need to add before this, but we're not gonna do that right now because I can't keep adding chapters. I need to write what I have and only add chapters when it is literally going to kill me. This chapter that needs to be added isn't going to kill me. I've made the note. It's there. That is for revising Maya to do. So yeah, let's lock in and get to work. Gotta make that money, make purse. Gotta work, so I make it purr. Anyways, The lighting's kind of weird right now because of my neon main character energy light, and then I turned my lamp onto like the white light to kind of even it out. So I look ashy and pale. May fix that. We editor Maya try and fix that, I guess. Maybe if it doesn't work, it's fine. I don't care that much. Anyway, good morning. Good morning. It is April 15th, 9:41 a.m. I decided to start handwriting the chapter, even though I had started it in Scrivener directly. I decided to start handwriting it because, like, I think I've mentioned this before in one of my other ones, but I find it harder to, like, move forward and move on in a draft or whatever I'm writing when I have the option to go back and, like, delete whole paragraphs super duper easily or backspace a lot and, like, just jump around the document. So it is definitely better for my focus if I have to handwrite, because the only way I can delete things is if I scratch it out, which is super ugly, and I don't want a whole page of scratched out work. And so it kind of pushes me more often than not to just keep going and keep going and keep going. And then when I go to transcribe it into Scrivener, that's when, like, oh, there's a better way to say this, so I fix it real quick as I'm typing it up. Maybe I'll add another paragraph or sentence or something as I'm writing and transcribing. And then it just feels like I'm actually making progress and growing. But yeah, so that's happening. I am currently writing trying to finish scene 1 of chapter 6, which is fun. We're getting ready to meet the team. Oh, I'm so excited. We're about to have my squad together. At least 3/4 of my squad. We don't meet our love interest character, who is also part of the squad, until the next scene, because he's a little problematic whiny baby right now, which is, like, honestly kind of valid. Like, he's upset, like, his reasoning for being upset is valid, but the way he's going about it, he's kind of being a jerk and we don't like it. But I digress. We are excited to move on. I'm currently watching some Taylor Ann Wright, her latest day in the life vlog, which is fun. And yeah, I've got my Mountain Dew. I've got water. There's water in here. I've eaten some breakfast, but I am still hungry, so I might do that. And yeah, I have work at 1, so I have to leave. I have to be there by 12:30. And those are the vibes right now. So yeah. Hello, how's it going? I don't know what day I last updated you guys on. I'm pretty sure the last thing I said was I was on, like, I'm not even gonna say it. I don't know. Right now, it is April 21st, okay? Which means I have 9 days. 9 days to complete the task that I have set forth for myself. So we're going to combine the rest of this month's vlogs instead of doing, like, a different one every week. So yeah, we're just gonna do a continuation here. And right now, I have actually been doing pretty good, getting in the groove of my story, but I have a confession to make. I started implementing something in my process that I'm calling tactical skips, which means it's like whenever there's a part of the story that I know I'm gonna have to really, 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 really think through in order to get it done. And I don't have, and I don't know, I don't have any like way of getting to that through that part. I've been putting the in brackets the words tactical skip, random words, just indicating that I'm gonna come back to it so that I can keep moving. And then if I finish early, which is the plan, I will go back and try to fill in more of those tactical skip areas before the month is over. So I'll be real, I have used that quite a bit in these past few chapters that I've been doing, but for the most part, I've been using them for like filler things or like fight scenes because I have never, or fight scenes slash battles, because I have never written like a battle before, like between like two groups of people. And then fight scenes I'm very much a novice at. Like, I think in my entire career, despite like adventure, fantasies, sci-fi stories being like my tea and butter, like butter. What is the saying? I don't know. Being my cup of tea, right? I usually like I rarely focus on the actual fighting parts between people. Like I'm so consistently like I'm very much a character person, so like setting and then like stuff like that usually fall through, and then fighting, like even though I know it's a big part of like obvious of a lot of stories like this, I don't write them very well. So I've been kind of skipping those for the most part because I don't know quite what to do. As I'm writing, I'm definitely discovering a lot more about what this specific book is going to be, because like I want it to be a series, but it's like I think ideas that I had for the story may be shifting a lot, and this may end up being a story that is less like that becomes more focused on them becoming the champions rather than like kind of speeding through like their process of becoming a team, because like I feel like we need more of a focus here on them as a team and them becoming a team, because as I'm writing, like I'm very much skimming over like the character development between them and their dynamics. Honestly, I don't even really know who my main character is. Like I don't know her personality. Her personality is low-key melding with my other female character, and then the dynamic between her and the love interest isn't what I wanted originally. There's like no conflict between any of them, which is like boring, and I don't want that. And I'm just like, ugh, I don't know, but it's okay, because I'm just gonna get through this draft to say I finished it. Those are the vibes. That's what's been happening. I'm currently like on chapter 10 of 26, which is okay. That's another thing that's been happening, because I'm pretty sure I told you guys I started out with 23 chapters, right? Which is correct. But then like as I'm writing, certain things that were together have become like I've broken like scenes up into multiple scenes, because I'm like, okay, this feels like these are two scenes, not just one. So I break them up, and then freaking like a scene will take up so much space and become so like much more than it was originally, and I'm like, this feels like it's too much to include in one chapter. And that may change when I start writing it again, like when I go back to read it and revise later, but right now I'm just like, it's just becoming a thing, and so chapters keep getting added, and that's part of what's the issue is. And I think I need to just stop doing that. I need to just write them as the chapters that they are and just keep it moving. So I'm trying to like save this in my brain. God help me, please. We're not adding any more chapters, we're not adding more scenes. We're gonna take note of those things that we may think we need, but we're not moving past 26 right now. We're just gonna keep moving. Also, I've set a minimum curfew of 12 a.m. of midnight. I'm not allowed to go to bed before midnight every night, except for tomorrow, which is Tuesday, because I work Wednesday morning and I have class that evening. So like that's like my longest day, so I want to maximize my sleep, right? But every other day for the rest of this week and up until midnight April or no midnight May 1st, that like my curfew is midnight. But even like as I said, I think at the beginning of all this, on the night of the 30th, I'm gonna keep writing until I finish, and hopefully finish before daylight, because it's like my friend, like I'm gonna adopt the ideals of my friend Justin. If I don't sleep, it's not the next day kind of situation. So that's the headspace we're gonna be in. It's honestly what I should have been on, and I could have been done already, but I digress. We're not gonna beat ourselves up. We already had our worst, like we were the worst last week. This week, we're gonna be the best. We're gonna be the best that we can be. We're gonna be tired, but what else is new? At least this time we'll be tired and actually accomplishing something, which is always the goal. So yeah, that's what's happening. Sorry once again that I have not been updating. I keep thinking about updating, but then I was like, I don't want to update until I have progress. Well, I have progress. I have a plan. And that's all. Hello. Don't even ask me when the last time I updated y'all was, because I have absolutely no idea. All I know is that today is Monday, April 28th, 8:51 a.m. And I am I like to say, in the final stretch. Okay, I'm currently on chapter 20 of 26. I have today, tomorrow, and Wednesday to get this done. And tomorrow I have work. So I have work at 1. So like before 1, I will probably like be able to like lock in, hopefully, and right before then. Then on Wednesday, I have work in the morning and then class right after that. The point is I have to get as much done today as I can, because I know that the next 2 days will make me want to die. And I hate that the last 2 days of this experiment challenge, whatever the heck, are on Tuesday and Wednesday, my busiest days. So that's great. I say I have like from chapter 20 to 26 left, but I did skip writing chapter 16 because I genuinely had no freaking idea what to do here, because that's a whole like battle quest scene chapter situation, like part of the tournament that they're doing. That might be a tactical skip, but for a whole chapter, what else do I have to update you guys on? This entire project has been honestly enlightening. I'm finding that I'm still the worst, because like whatever, but I am so proud of myself by just the sheer consistency in which I've been writing. Even though I haven't been writing as much as I wanted to, I've definitely been writing so much more than I think honestly I ever have consistently, at least since I like was in college for writing, and like high school when I would like write all the time. So that's been really great. So I can do it, is what I'm learning, is that I can write consistently if I sit down and do it. Also, this project has helped me, like actually going through the project and writing it and just continuing to go instead of getting distracted and going back, has really helped me like truly learn the story and kind of what I want from it. Like I've discovered things about like certain characters that I like, certain character things I want to go for, like the big idea with the company that they're working for / my love interest dude, like that's kind of changed as well, which I really really love. And it's I really like it better. Like I've learned a lot about him, and then a lot about how I want the structure of this company to go, and like the dynamic between my character and her team and the company that they're working for. I've also learned that certain like the theme that I had, I don't know if I want that anymore. And I think I've figured out that I think I want the theme to be grief. I just have to, like, when I go through and plot it some more and fix it and stuff in revisions, I have to figure out how to weave that in there. There's also a big plot point that I had been wanting to use that is nowhere in this freaking story. Like there's exactly one scene that I wrote that I even factored into this freaking beat sheet that I wrote at all. Like there's a singular scene and it's not like mentioned anywhere else. There's other places where it could be mentioned, like where it could be brought up, but like So like it's making me think maybe that should not be there at all, or I just need to, get freaking good and do right. I don't know. But it like this whole thing has forced me to like think, to actually think. And there's scenes in here where I was like, this, I kind of hate this. This doesn't make sense. Not because I wrote it bad, even though like I did. All of this is garbage. No one's ever going to look at this. But because like it just in my brain, like now that I'm like got to the like point where I was writing it, I was like, I feel like this isn't giving. This isn't what I want here. So it's ultimately like making me think think through the story as a whole rather than in pieces. Check back in when there's something interesting to talk about. So my hair is not hairing right now. Oh my god, I let my hair look like that the whole clip. Oh my god, why didn't you guys tell me? Why didn't you say anything?
And I added the little slip, the brush, and it looks like this. So now I just need to put coils on here so that it doesn't pop off when it gets fired, and also on the inside so it doesn't crack.
Hello, hi. So I haven't updated you since I think 2 or 3 days before the end of April, but I'd like to formally say that I completed my task. I know, thank you. Now, I'll be real. 99% of what I wrote in this draft is garbage. That being said, every word that I wrote helped me understand the story that I wanted to tell more and more. It made me realize some scenes I really don't want in the story. It made me realize the theme that I was going for probably isn't the theme I actually wanted, isn't the theme that the story was truly about. I learned more about the characters I was writing. I learned more about the setting that I wanted to write and stuff like that. And it also made me realize that there are some big plot points that I, as a writer, still don't understand, that I still don't know about and stuff. So yeah, biggest takeaway from this whole thing is that the entire thought process of writing an entire story in a month is hard, which is duh, obviously, but it's just like that was probably the most I've ever written like regularly in my entire life. I truly believe I was writing almost every single day, a lot of like way more words than I normally write, which is not a lot in any sense anyway, but it's like still more than I normally write, and it was all in one story, which is crazy because I'm so used to jumping around when I get bored, but I like tried really hard to just hyper focus on this specific story, and it was really honestly really fun. Like I kind of like the idea of being focused on one project, because like then I'm like, even though I was still kind of scatterbrained, I wasn't as much so as I usually am when I'm writing and stuff like that. So that was really fun, really great. And I have a lot of notes that I wrote in the Scrivener doc, a lot of ideas on how I want to develop it, ideas on how I want to develop my characters. I also have ideas of what kind of research I need to do. Like specifically, I am going to be looking at video games like League of Legends and Smite and stuff like that, specifically for the classes, because that's kind of how I want to break down the classes in my story. But I don't really understand them very well. Specifically the League of Legends classes, like the way that they have like not like the way that they have a little bit of crossover with is like, okay, one character can be multiple classes kind of situation. And so I want to kind of develop my characters like that. Probably read some character bios and backstories for League of Legends to kind of get more of an idea. Maybe find a character similar in ability to what I want my like main quartet to have and stuff like that, which would be really cool. And yeah, so I'm honestly like I'm tired, and I'm definitely going to give myself at least this next month to not look at the document so much and just maybe glance at the notes that I made and all that stuff. But I am reinvigorated and re-excited to get into it. It's like tiny part of myself wants to immediately jump in and start like revising. But if I've learned anything off of AuthorTube, it is that you need to give yourself space away from your projects after you complete a draft, so that you can return to it with new ideas and an open mind and like kind of a clear vision of what you could possibly do, you know? So that's what's happening there, and I'm very proud of myself. I hope you guys are proud of me too for even getting anything at all, truly, like as getting as much as I did done, because it's like nowhere near as much as what I originally wanted, but it's a lot more than I've ever done, and I'm very happy about it. So we gotta win. We gotta win. Finally, in 2025, we have gotten a win. I'm so proud of us. Let me know down in the comments what your win of 2025 has been. If you've had more than one, let me know all of them. If you haven't had any yet, it's okay. We've got the rest of the year to get this ish done. And I know you'll get your W, okay? Because I got mine, and that was seeming unlikely. So, yeah. But now I'm going to shut down this vlog because I want to immediately start another vlog. I don't know what to call that one, but it's not going to be a writing vlog. I promise. But yeah, so with that being said, if you want to see my pretty face again, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.